The Thomas-Morse Scout watch is, we may only end up making about 40 of those watches. We have very, very little steel from the Lerone engine.
The 80 horsepower Lerone is important, and the Thomas-Morse Scout that it powered is that it was the trainer for all American pilots going to the front. If you were a pilot and you were learning to fly at Kelly Field or any of the places in Texas that had Thomas-Morse Scouts, that's what you learned on. That's when you went to Europe as a qualified pilot, you were qualified by flying the 80 horsepower Lerone on a Thomas-Morse Scout.
Now, the Lerone engine was also used in some other airplanes, like the Sopwith Camel used a 110 horsepower Lerone, but we can't name it after that because that's not strictly correct from a historical standpoint. We have the 80 horsepower version of the Lerone.
The Thomas-Morse Scout would have had the 80 Lerone engine, and some of them had 100 Gnome. That's why the General Vehicles company was making 100 horsepower Gnomes, because they were also making engines for the Thomas-Morse Scout. But they predominantly had the 80 horsepower Union Switch and Signal engine in them. The United States really didn't use them for anything else but the Thomas-Morse Scout.
The cylinders that we have from the 80 horsepower Lerone originated at Union Switch and Signal, and they were manufactured in 1918. So we know historically from extant records that we can still access, we know that the metal from which your Sopwith Aero Marquis Thomas-Morse Scout Edition is made was not used by the Royal Flying Corps. It was not used by the French for the Newport 11. It was manufactured in Swissvale, Pennsylvania. That means it would have not been directed to a foreign service. It would have been used right here at home for the Thomas-Morse Scout. It's a watch that nobody else will build, and then nobody else can build because we're the only ones who can get this material.